All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rekah Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles from the great millstone who taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the brothers throughout the four corners of the earth that's prophesying this truth, like Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah commanded his servants to do. Okay, you see this on your screen. I believe this is a replica of the Ark of Titus. And this is going into this video you see here on your screen. It says attorney for Marine and Subway chokehold death expresses condolences. And I think this was a couple of days ago, if I'm not mistaken on the date. But I remember the Apostle Tahar Brown got a small video concerning this situation, and they happen to play this one here. Let's see. A few hours ago, and I noticed this. As you know, you seen protesters out in the streets protesting this guy, this former Marine, put the so-called black man in a chokehold. I believe the Marine is an Edomite, so-called white man. So, and I was watching it, and I happened to see this. I'm like, damn, ain't that the Ark of Titus? Which I hadn't heard the apostles talk about this, saying this is in New York. I believe they said in some part of New York, I believe, or D.C. I'm not sure exactly. But this has this is not by accident that you see the different news casters or the news stations, should I say, that put these things out on TV so you can see what's going on, and they bring out a lot of things, and just to make it be known that that they show you what was going on. They do things or they put things out or they have to tell the public what they're going to do before they do it. Actually, they say that's how they get their actual power. When I say them, I'm talking about the rulers of the earth. Okay, the Illuminati, or the central bankers, the one percenters, or whatever they want to call themselves. Okay, we go into that word Illuminati only means enlightened one, which their light is on the left hand side in all manner of wickedness. Okay, and this Ark of Titus is a commemoration of how they took down the Israelites. Okay, now I have one scripture, a precept concerning this situation here. Now I don't know for sure how what this is. What is it saying? What they're saying about having this this protest out by this and the precept, I'm pretty sure through the spirit, a lot of brothers probably know what precept I got. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna let the video play. Well, you know what, why not just get the precept first, and then we'll come back and let this video play. Okay, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 15. You can see at the title it said perilous times. Lord willing, we'll get the definition of perilous. Okay. Matthew chapter 24, verse 15, it says, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place. Whoso readeth it, let him understand. It says, then let them which be in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not seen, not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be, except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Now, we know this was the time of 70 AD, okay? But it's also speaking of a time that's now also, okay? Back in Ecclesiastes, I believe, I don't know if it's the first chapter or the second chapter, it says those, that which is now shall be then. So like it, let's just see if I can find it, Lord willing. So the things that, that was back then is actually going to happen again. But the thing it is going to be much more greater, okay, than it is now. I believe it's, let's see, yeah, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. It says, the thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Okay, and that's going into the same things our forefathers went through, back in 70 AD. Okay, this is symbolic, symbol, or a mirroring image of how they're gonna do the Israelites. This is like, seen some posters out there had the modern day lynching. Okay, and this is the actual art of the Titus right here. This is I know the apostles go into this all the time. With let's see, they got a few scriptures here. See, that's the 7 golden candles, the candlestick rather, the menorah. Okay, and you see, that's when the Romans sacked it, or carried off the spoil. This was part of it, see, the Roman soldiers carried spoils from Jerusalem. The menorah, and the table. Okay, a menorah, if I'm pronouncing that, yeah. You see, it says, when the temple was plundered by Antiochus Epiphanes, the candlesticks was taken away. And it says First Maccabees 1:21. After cleansing, a new one was made by Judas Maccabees. Maccabees 1:4, verse 49 and 50. Okay, it says the table originally provided for the second temple had been taken away by Antiochus Epiphanes about 170 BC, but another was supplied by the Maccabees. Okay, see. And I believe now, they try to make it instead of the 7 candlesticks, they got 9, which, the 9 is easily, turned upside down to a 6. This is this man's, the number and the name of a man, which is, I believe that's in Revelation 13 and 16, and I believe on down, 17, I think through 19, I believe it is. But let's let this video play. I'm done enough talking. Lord willing, is edifying to the flock. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's go into it.
Also tonight, the Marine veteran who used a chokehold on Jordan Neely in the subway now offering his family condolences. The attorney identifying the Marine as Daniel Pinney, saying in a statement, Pinney never meant to harm Neely. A grand jury expected to hear evidence in the case next week. Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim with the new details.
He said, I don't have food. I don't have a drink. I'm fed up.
As the simmering debate over Jordan Neely's death rages on and continues to grip this city, the anger and frustration grows with it. Hundreds in Washington Square Park tonight, mad at the system, livid at the lack of care for the city's homeless and mentally ill, furious with the mayor.
The mayor needs to be fired. He needs to resign.
We've decided that there are people who are expendable.
Protesters are demanding the arrest of the 24-year-old Marine Corps veteran and college student Daniel Pinney, identified by his attorney tonight. Police questioned and released him. Pinney's attorney in a statement expressing condolences and saying, when Mr. Neely began aggressively threatening Daniel Pinney and the other passengers, Daniel, with the help of others, acted to protect themselves until help arrived. Daniel never intended to harm Mr. Neely and could not have foreseen his untimely death. The statement goes on to say, we hope that out of this awful tragedy will come a new commitment by our elected officials to address the mental health crisis on our streets and subways. The grand jury is expected to convene as early as next week to hear evidence and determine if charges are warranted.
He was no threat to anyone, ever.
Lorenzo LaRocque was Neely's friend.
I've known Jordan for 20 years, working in the subways with him in the Music Under New York program, and he's never been aggressive. He's brought nothing but love and joy to this city.
MTA head Jano Lieber says it's up to the courts to decide what happens next.
When you're in the subway together, there are going to be challenges. When you're in the public space together, there are challenges, but we have to find a way to de-escalate.
Neely had panhandled as a Michael Jackson impersonator in the past. He had been arrested more than 40 times for assault, disorderly conduct, and fare evasion. The latest for randomly punching a 67-year-old woman at an East Village subway station, breaking her nose and fracturing her orbital bone. The Manhattan DA, meanwhile, is assigned a top prosecutor to the probe. Joshua Steinglass worked on the Trump Organization investigation. The NYPD is continuing to interview witnesses and asking anyone who was on that train to come forward.
Yeah, there we have it. So I guess that was in New York. I think I was got that confused as far as I think they said Washington, which, let's see.
Hundreds in Washington Square Park tonight.
Washington Square Park. So that's in New York. Okay, so can you kind of put it together? So, and we know this devil gonna come in, because the scripture said, and he's gonna come in like a flood. You see? I think I often get that one. Let's see if we can grab it. Let's see. That was something else I wanted to get. Let's see. I think there's one I'm looking for. Said come in like a flood. There we go. Isaiah, yeah. This is Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west. And we're in the west. Okay. It says, in his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Okay, so who's the enemy of the Israelites? Okay, it's, okay, you know, the so-called white man, which is, you know, the Romans, so-called Romans. Okay, let's see, the Roman soldier carried spoil from Jerusalem, the menorah and the table. Okay, see, you know, and he knows that he only have but a short time, so he's coming in hard, man. You know, because the Lord gave him a time that he can't surpass. Okay. What I'm looking for. Salaki. Yeah, so that standard. Let's see what which we know the standard means. Let's look it up on the search web. It said the standard of marketing name, standard insurance, blah 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 blah. Nah, that ain't what I'm looking for. This is some company. I'm looking for the actual definition. Yeah, the meaning.
Standard.
It says a level of quality, admit. You know what? Let's just get it out of the blue letter. What was that? Revelation. What was that? Isaiah 59:12, I believe it was. Let's see. Isaiah 59:12. Because, you know, this devil is making it. Was it 12 or Salaki? 59:19 Salaki for that. Okay. It says so they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. So the Lord is going to raise up a standard against this devil, man. Okay, because there's going to be much bloodshed, you know, and coming in the future. Okay. It's nuts.
Strong's H 5127. Noose. Noose.
Okay, it says to flee, escape, to flee, escape, to take flight, depart, disappear, to fly on horseback, to drive at, to take flight, to put to flight. Okay, yeah, to put to flight. Okay, let's see what this let's see, put to flight. Let's see. It says to force, to flee, to run. She succeeded in putting the intruder to flight. Okay, put to death, man. And this devil is gonna be that intruder, man. She succeeded. Hey, that's beautiful, man. You know, the Lord called us his bride, man. Okay, Israel. And she, as a woman, you know, we are a woman, and the Lord's woman. It says she succeeded in putting the intruder to flight. You see? The Lord is going to allow us to do that, man. That's a beautiful thing right there. Okay? So, you know, I ain't really wanted to make this too long, but I just caught this, you know, and it's some similarities in there that, you know, that you would miss if we're not paying attention to what this devil's talking about or what he's doing. Okay.
Synonymous.
Yeah, that's a synonymous situation right there. And it says of a word or phrase having the same or nearly the same meaning as another word or phrase in the same language. Yeah, that's synonymous, man. Pretty much is the same, man. Okay. You know, they making it even. They mirroring, 70 A.D. But from their new technology, they're gonna go in harder, man. You're gonna use his blessing, which is the sword, and that sword is gonna come by ways of different means, man. They got robot dogs, they got robot so-called look like men. I seen this one video, this robot doing black backflips and uppercuts, and hey, they gonna go hard, man. But the Lord is gonna allow His servants to be, protected in those days. The Lord tells you, "Touch not my anointed," and the Lord has anointed, a lot of men throughout these four corners, man, to do the work. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it and give all praise and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bahashim, Rekah Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles from the great millstone who taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the brothers throughout the four corners of the earth that's prophesying and doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which He commanded us. Okay? So, hey, the Lord tells us to fear not. Okay? So, hey, it is what it is. Shalom to the whole elect.